Hey, what's up guys, Yaniv here, and today I want to show you guys something super awesome. So you guys can probably see on the whiteboard behind me, I'm going to talk about how to increase sales without increasing traffic. Now, most people will have you believe that the only way to increase sales is to continuously bring more and more traffic to your listing, whether that be with PPC or with, through Facebook ads, through literally any sort of paid advertisement, or just by getting you to the first page and staying there. Now, while those methods do work, while they will get you more sales, there's actually a more important metric that I want to talk to you guys about in this video, which is about your conversion rate, okay? Because if you guys don't know what a conversion rate is, it's basically the amount of people that come to your listing, how many of those people actually buy. So that's one of the biggest things that nobody's talking about. And I actually shared this same lesson I'm going to show you guys in this video on my private Facebook group. Because to be honest, when you increase PPC spend, when you increase, advertising spend, you're not going to get the desired outcome if you don't have a highly optimized listing. And the way you do that is through split testing. So we're going to talk about split testing right now. And then after, at the end of the video, I'm going to show you guys something really awesome that you'll be able to use right now to help you do all the split tests we're going to talk about. So without any further ado, guys, let's get right into the video. All right, guys, so now we're at the whiteboard, and let me explain to you guys if you don't know what exactly a split test is, right? So a split test is essentially having a test where you test one variable at a time. Now, how does this, apply to Amazon in particular? So for Amazon, a few things you can split test to figure out what works better is, for example, pictures. So you can try pictures. You can try price, you can try descriptions, you can try literally anything, titles, bullet points, anything like that to test one version versus another. So essentially what you're trying to do is you're trying to figure out which version is going to actually bring in more money and bring in more conversions. So let me show you one example. Let's just assume, okay, that your product right now has a certain amount of traffic coming in. So let's say the traffic is 100 people coming to your listing every single day. So this is your listing, okay? So we'll have the picture, the stars, the features, okay, and the description. So that's your listing. And if 100 people come into your listing, then let's assume that you have a conversion rate, okay, of those 100 people. So how many of those 100 people are actually gonna buy? Let's say it's about 3%, okay? So if you have 100 people come into your listing, 3% are buying, you'll have 3 sales. Okay, so 3 sales. Now, the reality of the situation is, right, what you can do and what people, again, teach you to do is to increase this number. So the more people coming into your listing, the more people are going to buy. No one really talks about this number right here, okay? And that's almost the most important number, right? This is obviously incredibly important, but no one talks about how important this number is. And it's almost more important than traffic. So how do people tell you to increase? PPC spend, Facebook ads, bring in more people. So, for example, if you have 1,000 people coming in, to your listing at 3%, you'll get 30 sales. But let's assume, let's do a different thing, right? So if you don't have to increase traffic, you can put the same 100 people through your listing at a 6% conversion, and then you'll get 6 sales from those 100 and 60 sales from those 1,000. So in this video right here, I want to show you guys a few ways to actually split test your listings and how important it is to do this. So let me just explain to you guys some of the things that I've realized and I've noticed from split testing my own products, okay? Few things, like I said, is pictures, price, description. From my experience, the most effective things to actually split test are pictures on your listing and price on your listing, okay? So I've raised some stuff to better explain this topic, okay? So like I said, price and pictures are the biggest factors when it comes to split testing products on Amazon. So what you want to do, okay, is you want to have 2 variations of your listing. And I'll tell you guys exactly how to do this in a very simple way in just a bit after I explain this concept. So let's say the traffic comes in usually to one listing. What you want to start doing is you want to split test, which means you want to send 50% of the traffic to this listing and 50% of the traffic to this listing. And in this listing, you have one main image, a certain main image. And in this listing, you have a second image, some other image that you're testing to see which one is converting more. Because when people come to your product, the one thing that, is going to compel them the most is going to be either your picture or your price, which is what we're going to focus on in this video, right? So I like to do picture more than price. So in this case, you're going to test out one picture and then a second picture. And what you're going to what you're going to realize is that in one picture, you might have, again, let's do a 3% conversion rate. So you'll get 3 sales, okay, per 100. And in the second one, you might get a 6%. So let's use the same example, or 6 sales. So now what you know is that this second image is better than this one. So you kill this one off, you don't use it, you move on from this one. And the beautiful part about split tests is you never stop. You're able to continuously optimize your listing with significant data. Not what you think, not what you might see from your analytics, but real data, right? You have to actually see significance. And for that, I'll show you guys a way to do it in just a little bit. So the second thing you do, so now let's say we know that the picture is good, okay? We can then either test out another picture, or we can test out maybe, a different title. So let's have one title here, so title 1. And then we have another thing here, title 2. Everything else in the listing is the same. Then maybe this one converts at 5%, but this one converts at, this one will convert at 6%, and this one will convert at 10%. So now we know to move on to this one. So this is the winner of the split test. We kill this one off and we move on. And we move on and we move on and we test and we test and we see which variation is proven to be the best for sales. Now, like I said, this is the one way that you can use to, with data, figure out what will work best for your product, right? What can you change to make it the best? So again, some things to consider changing, okay? Pictures. So especially the main one, price. Not only the price though, right? One thing, have you ever noticed, okay, in a listing there's, let's say I'll just go here, 1997 or 1999 or 1985, right? You see all these numbers, but statistically, do you know which one works better for your product, right? So you don't actually need to change the whole price, just the ending of the price, and see, you can split test literally with the ending to see which ending is going to bring you the most sales. So that's another thing to consider. And you're able to do all of this with Splitly. So I'm going to write this down here. Splitly, it's from the creators of Jungle Scout. And what it literally does is allows you to do all of this. It does it all with its own, algorithm. So what I've realized is I've stopped using it in the past. So I've used it in the past and I stopped, and now I've gone back into it, and I don't know why I ever stopped, because it is crazy to know which split test is going to be the best. So you have to continuously keep using it, okay? And like I said, in my fast track, course private group, we actually went over this lesson, and there's some people right now that are already purchasing and are already seeing the results from these split tests. So what this service literally does is pay for itself. I think it's like $47. So I'm going to jump into the computer and show you guys a little bit more about Splitly and how it works. But essentially, it does all of this for you automatically. So you don't have to go in and change stuff. You can literally input exactly what you want, and it will switch it for you over time. So every 24 hours, it literally goes in and switches your listing for you to test, and it sends 50% of the traffic one way, 50% of the traffic the other way, and comes back to you with statistically significant, data that you can use to change your listing up. So I'm going to jump into the computer and show you guys. But before that, okay, for those of you who now know how to use this, that's awesome, right? But the reality of the situation is a lot of you guys haven't gotten to this step. You guys, probably still stuck on product research or on how to launch properly and how to do your PPC and stuff like that, right? This is a little bit more advanced stuff. So for you guys, who haven't done that yet, this next part of the video might not be super useful for you. So if you are, it's awesome to know this, but if you don't know the basics, if you don't know the first 3 things I was talking about, if you're still stuck on product research, then you need to hit the link in the description, or I'll put it somewhere up here. You can check out the free training. I'm going to go over the 3 steps, those exact steps I just talked to you guys: the product research, how to do that, the proper launching technique, and also the proper PPC sequence. So go out, check that, register for that free training. It's not live, but it's really, really good. So if you haven't, gone to this point, then definitely go check that out. For those of you guys who want to see more about this, I'm going to jump in the computer and show you guys that right now. All right, guys, so we're here in the computer now, and I want to share with you guys, like I said, how to use Splitly, kind of a little intro to it. If you guys want to see super in-depth in terms of how to actually create the split test and stuff, leave a comment down below. I can definitely make a video on that, but this is kind of an overview of something that I don't see talked about enough on YouTube. Like I said, it's all about the conversions. So you need to worry about how to optimize your listing first before you start throwing a ton of traffic into your listing. If you're only converting at 1% or 2%, it's going to really hurt you and cost you a lot of money. You're not going to be profitable. That's a lot of the reasons why many of you guys who are running PPC aren't actually seeing that great results, is because your listing isn't converting at a high enough rate. So right here, I'm going to show you guys just a few pricing things. Again, you guys have a link in the description. It's my affiliate link. So if you guys don't want to support me, you guys don't want to use it, then just search up Splitly. I really don't care. But just head over to Splitly, and on the pricing plans, you can get it for $97 a month. That gives you the profit peak, which I'm going to explain to you guys in a second why it's so awesome. But honestly, it's not an absolute necessity, so you can use it without it. So let me just explain to you guys a little bit about profit peak. Okay, so basically what the profit peak allows you to do, you give it control of your price. You set up your parameters, meaning like, you know, you don't drop below a certain BSR, or don't drop above a certain BSR, right? So you tell it some, you know, different kind of metrics that you want to avoid doing. I can show you guys how to do that if you want. And it'll kind of optimize your price for you. So, you know, when you're starting on Amazon and you really don't know what's the optimal price, right? You think it might be $19.99, but you know, $22 also sells and $25 also sells, but it sells a little bit less. And you want to actually figure out which one is going to bring you back the maximum amount of profit, right? Because sometimes dropping your price and getting more sales will still give you more profit than just having a higher profit margin, right? It's all about how much money you make at the end of the day. It doesn't matter what the price is. So what Profit Peak allows you to do is it actually sets up, you know, a algorithm thing where it will, you know, check your BSR, check how many sales are coming in, and it'll actually optimize your price for you automatically. So it literally will do it for you, like a computer will do it for you, and change the price throughout the day to maximize profits. And then I'll come back to you with the significance test and tell you, okay, here, we found out that $19.99 is not the best price, but at, you know, at $21, you optimize, you know, profits. So that's why Profit Peak is really, really good. And honestly, this program, like, literally Splitly pays for itself by telling you what's going to bring you more money. So it's one of those programs that literally pays for itself. Another thing we have here is split testing. So if you guys don't want to go into the 97 plan, that's totally fine, right? It is a little bit expensive, especially if you're just starting off. But this program isn't for people who are just starting off. Like I said, check out the training if you're just starting off. You don't need this program right now. For those of you who are looking to scale and grow, this is like, if you're making money from Amazon and you're not spending it, you know, on split test, on Splitly or some other, you know, split testing software, you're literally stupid. Like you're literally just throwing away money. So anyway, split testing, like I said, I literally just explained to you how it works. And essentially, there's a ton of different ways to split test. And if you guys want more information on this stuff, you know, Splitly has some really cool stuff here. You can go to free resources, and they have, all right, so I finally found that. You just go to free resources, type in the split testing generator. And if you guys want to know more about like what you can split test, for example, the main image, it'll tell you all the main benefits and stuff like this. For example, this is genius, right? If you're looking to start a product and you don't know, you know, if your first image is working, you can try something like this. You know, you try from one angle and then try from another angle. Try from, you know, here's different angles, right? One with a person inside them, one without. See which one actually, you know, sells more. Instead of just keeping it static, you need to optimize your listing to be better than the rest. You can't just keep it and think that it looks better, because, you know, just because your pictures might be better doesn't mean that they're converting better. And that's something that, you know, is a very hard lesson to learn for a lot of people, right? Another thing, again, price. Okay, you can come here and learn about price, product features, product title, product description, and it literally goes through exactly what, you know, you should do. Now, if you don't want to spend money on Splitly for some reason, then do it yourself. Okay, they also have the significance calculator here. If you want to do the math and get the numbers yourself, go ahead. It's free to use. But if you guys want to actually, you know, systemize this and make this, you know, something actually viable, then pick up Splitly, guys. I'll have a link in the description again if you guys want to support the channel. If not, I really don't care. Just search it up. It's going to help your business, okay? And for those of you guys who for some reason stuck around, even though you don't have a product yet, if you don't have, you know, if you don't know how to run PPC or how to launch properly yet, then I don't know why you got here, but thank you for the watch time. But again, check out the free training. It's really going to help you, you know, kind of figure out exactly what you're doing, kind of draw the road out in front of you. So anyways, guys, I hope you did just enjoy this video. If you did, leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I will see you guys in the next video.